Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this look was inspired by none other than the Ms. Berry herself. I saw this video where she did an interview with Oprah back in the early 2000s and I thought her makeup look was so flawless. It was so beautiful and I felt like it was so reminiscent of like the early 2000s makeup look, so I decided to recreate it. But just for the purpose of doing my makeup efficiently and not getting a bunch of makeup in my hair, I'm just gonna clip the hair back. Oh, and before we get started, I wanted to point out my nails before someone else did. I tried to do my nails, obviously off camera, just because if they ended up like popping up in the frame or something, I didn't want them to look bad because they weren't done before. But they look really bad because the nail polish that I have is dried out. So if you see it, just ignore it. I have my reference point picture right here to the side. So it looks like she's got some foundation on. So I'm gonna take my little sponge here, and her foundation looks really light. So I'm actually just gonna mix some foundation with a little bit of sunscreen. So the inspiration for this video actually came from the movie Monsters Ball. I don't know if that was like one of her first movies, but it was one of her earlier films. It came out I think in like 2002 or 2003. I'll have to fact check myself, but whenever I watch a movie that I really like and I really get into, I do this thing where like I'll research it, like I'll go on YouTube and I'll look for like Easter eggs or like movie breakdowns or pretty much like any movie that has like a deeper meaning to it. Like I feel like when I'm done watching the movie, I don't fully understand it, so I go research it. So that's pretty much what I did. I got on, of course, good old YouTube, and I watched like breakdowns of the movie, which there weren't many, I'm thinking, because it's an older movie. They have a lot of like kind of movie breakdowns for newer movies that had come out like since YouTube, so there wasn't very many, but I got caught in the rabbit hole, as I like to say, and I stumbled on this interview that she did with Oprah. I think it was a little bit after Monsters Ball came out, so it was like when she kind of started to get like super popular. She did an interview on Oprah. I don't know if she's done others after that, but this one in particular, she was talking about her marriage to Eric Benet, or Bennett. I don't really know who that is, to be honest. But she's talking about her marriage to him and how he had an affair and a sex addiction and all this other stuff. And you know, the content matter was pretty heavy, but I kept thinking to myself, like, oh my god, she looks amazing in this interview. Like, her makeup is so like dewy and fresh, and it's so like, it's so true to like late 90s, early 2000s makeup looks, where the makeup was really light and it just basically accentuated, you know, your natural beauty. And I mean, that's pretty much the inspiration of this video. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll do a makeup look like that on myself, just to kind of see how it comes out. She's got like these really glossy lips, like her skin is really shiny and really dewy, and her hair is, I'm assuming in her natural state, and it's curly, and she's got like this gel and her hair super shiny. She looked just really like angelic. Okay, so the face is pretty much done. I'm gonna use a little bit of blush because her face is like really rosy and really kind of peachy. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this Fenty blush. And then I'm actually using two different blushes just to achieve that look. It's a cream blush and a powder blush. Okay, so back to Monsters Ball, because I didn't get the answers that I wanted. I overall thought it was a really good movie. Like I said, the movie came out when I was like 9 or 10 years old, so I obviously didn't watch it at that time, but I do remember kind of all like the media hype surrounding it. She won some type of award for it. And she was actually the first African-American woman to win that award, so that was a really big deal. So another Halle Berry role in movie that I really liked was The Call. It's a little bit of an older movie, I guess some people would say. It came out in like, I don't know, 2009 or 10 or somewhere around there. Again, I'll have to fact check myself, but I really loved that movie. I've seen it a handful of times, and I'm not the type of person that watches a movie twice. Like, if I watched it and I liked it, that's pretty much it. When I think about scary movies, I think about things that are likely to happen, like things that are like paranormal and like things that talk about like ghosts and the afterlife and things like that. That doesn't really scare me because, I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. The movies that I find scary are things that are likely to happen in real life. Like in The Call, the girl gets kidnapped and Halle Berry plays a 911 dispatcher, and she's basically trying to guide her how to, you know, free herself and escape that situation. I don't know what it was. That movie to me was just so scary because it's something that's so likely to happen in real life. Like, she was just at the mall, she was in the parking garage, going back to her car, she was on the phone, and then all of a sudden this guy comes up and he kidnaps her. I just feel like when it comes to scary movies, it takes a lot for me to get like scared. Like if it's like a thriller or something and it's jumpy, like yeah, I'll jump, but I wasn't scared. So anyways, on the subject of movies, I am trying to be a better movie watcher and to get more into movies because my husband loves watching them. So even some of like the really classic popular movies I have never seen. Like I've never seen Forrest Gump, I've never seen The Godfather. I think I've seen the Titanic like in passing, like it may have been playing in the background while I was doing something, but I've never like focused my attention to it. Like just really classic movies I have never seen, and every time I tell people, they're like, what do you do with your free time? And I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, what do I do? I would say I'm more of like a TV show type of person. I feel like I can focus on a TV show because they're like, what, maybe 20 to 40 minutes if you're watching it like on Netflix with no commercials. If there's any movies that you guys recommend that it's like a must, I have to see it, I guarantee you I probably haven't seen it, and you'll have to recommend it to me and I will watch it this weekend. I'm doing just a little bit of eyeliner. It looks like in the picture and in the video she's got like fake eyelashes on. So just to kind of add a little bit of depth, I'm gonna do winged eyeliner. So she for sure doesn't have winged eyeliner on and it doesn't look like this, but I did that thing where like you mess up, so you add to it and then it gets thicker. So my left eye, the eyeliner is a lot thicker than what I intended it to be, but that's okay. I'm gonna let that dry, and then while it's drying, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. And it's actually kind of funny because I know during this time like really thin eyebrows were popular, and her eyebrows aren't too thin. Like you could tell they just, you know, kind of semi-filled them in just to accentuate her natural brow. Or maybe she didn't fill them in. I don't even think at this time filling in your eyebrows was a thing, but I don't have many to work with, so I'm gonna fill it in. Okay, so I'm gonna finish putting on some mascara and then lip gloss, and that should do it. I actually have a Zoom from one of my classes at 2 o'clock today, and I'm in like full makeup, so they're probably gonna be like, oh, we have a newcomer in class today. I'm gonna look totally different. They're gonna be like, let's have you introduce yourself. Tell me one interesting thing about you, like something that nobody knows. Like, I'm not joking, this has probably come up in like 5 of my college classes that I've ever taken. Like, to me, like, what kind of question is that? Like, tell me something nobody else knows about you. So you want me to stand here in front of all these people that I barely know and tell you something that nobody knows about me? Like, it's such a crazy question. Like, I don't even really like icebreakers. Like, for me personally, I don't like speaking in front of people, at least not in the environment where like all the attention is on me. Like, if it's classroom discussion, then okay, yeah. When my other classmates are like presenting themselves and doing their personal bios, or you maybe not something nobody else knows about you, but maybe it's like a fun fact. Like, I'm thinking in my head, okay, what's fun about me? What can I share? What can I say? Like, I don't want to say anything boring. And I remember in one of my classes last semester, like, I literally stood up in front of class and my fun fact was that I don't drink coffee, which kind of was a lie, but I felt like it would have been interesting to say, like, I didn't drink coffee that week, so it wasn't really a lie, but it was the only thing that I could think of. And then I come home and then I think about things like, what is fun about me? When you're put on the spot like that and you give me like 5 minutes to think of something, I'm not going to think of anything that's really worth sharing. So half the time if I share something, it's a lie or it's exaggerated. And now that everything has like transitioned to online, we had to do Flipgrids, which I'm sure if you're in school you probably had to do that too. So it takes it a step further from having to just post like a discussion board post. Like, you actually have to record a video of yourself, and in one of my classes we had to respond to someone else, and that probably goes down as like top 10 most awkward things I've had to do for school. Like, talking to someone but not really directly, or talking to them through a video and you're responding to something that they posted on a video. I don't know, it was bizarre. I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the highlighter just because her skin is just so shiny and it's so pretty and like sun-kissed, and I know I say this all the time, it's so dewy, but I'm gonna go pretty heavy on that. I'm gonna put some lip gloss on, and how ironic, I didn't see the name, but the name is Bronze Berry. And I don't know, I feel like the color itself is close to the lip gloss that she was wearing. I probably haven't worn lip gloss since, I'm just gonna say high school. I know in high school, for me at least, lip gloss was super popular, but then it transitioned to like matte lipsticks. So I've been wearing matte for like the past 10 years, but it's my first time wearing a lip gloss in a long time. It actually smells really good too. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.